Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
It's Coffee Ann on ON, AM and FM. Thanks for joining us Tuesday morning. It's January 30th on Coffee Ann. My name's Joe Callahan. With me, Linda Tebow. Good morning to you, Linda.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here with us. And Ed Cruz here. Nice to have Ed here as well. Hi,
Hello
Ed.
there. Hello there.
So what are those on your sweater? Are those seagulls?
I believe they are.
Okay.
Why?
I'm just looking at them, and I'm about 6 feet away, and I'm trying to figure out are they airplanes or are
No,
they
they're not
birds of some
airplanes.
sort?
They're not airplanes. No.
Okay.
They're
So
I believe they're seagulls.
it's very nautical of you
yes.
this morning.
Yeah, I am.
All right, it's nice. Okay,
And if there were rocket ships, you could say I was a space yacht.
that's right. But they're
you
not.
can't say that.
So I can't say. So I won't. All right. This first segment of Coffee Ann is brought to you by the Carew Investment Group. Over to you, Ed.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Are you retired or retiring soon? Well, that's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. I already said that, but that's repetition for emphasis. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, you can call me, Ed Carew, or you can call my son Paul Carew at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Thanks, Ed. Ed said he'd get my disbursement for me. I'll sign this piece of paper. When will I get it, Ed? Well, Postal Service, I don't know. You should get it by the weekend. This was last week. This was on the Tuesday. And, wow, it showed up. Check showed up Thursday. How about that?
That's good.
That's service.
I remember when he said yes. Good.
And
Good job.
We didn't have to track it down through the United States Postal Service.
Right.
Where could it possibly be? So thanks, Ed. All right. So things are going on in Ed's world. I want to ask about this. Is the takeover.
What takeover?
Of JetBlue taking over Sprint Airlines.
Ain't happening.
Spirit Airlines, I'm sorry, not Sprint. I heard last week it might be dead in the water.
Well,
Is
it's
it
dead
now?
in the air.
Dead in the air, I should say, to use a good cliche.
We don't put planes in the water.
Yeah.
But
No, we try not to.
Try not to.
is the deal dead? Has it been officially?
Well,
Has JetBlue stopped?
well, JetBlue doesn't seem to be interested in pursuing it any further.
Okay.
Spirit is thinking about and talking about trying to get the Federal Trade Commission to reconsider, but they've already said no twice.
Okay, why should they say
You
yes
know,
now?
I can't see why they're gonna.
Yeah.
The only reason they may reconsider, and I don't think it would involve JetBlue, but it could. You never know, is because Spirit's probably going to file bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So if they were afraid that by letting Spirit and JetBlue merge, they would be eliminating competition, they'd accomplish the same thing by letting somebody file bankruptcy
Yeah.
and sell their planes to somebody else to pay off their debt, or reorganize, or whatever.
Would United and Delta come swooping in just to pick up planes at a
Maybe if
discounted
they,
price?
maybe just to pick up planes. But that's the reason why JetBlue wants it too, is basically to pick up planes.
Yeah.
Because the waiting list for planes is long. Years and years and years.
Okay. Well, Boeing's got a long list, and they got to work on those bolts.
Yeah, well,
to keep the
there's
doors off the
Boeing.
planes.
There's only Boeing and Airbus. That's the only two.
Two companies, yeah.
Yeah, and JetBlue, all of their planes are Airbus planes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Spirit.
Okay. I just wonder if it was officially dead, because I just heard last week it didn't look good, because JetBlue was kind of just, all right, forget the whole thing kind of thing. Now, the Feds are going to meet today, Ed, and they're going to, the Federal Reserve, and you say they're not going to do anything?
No, not a thing.
We're not raising, we're not lowering.
Right.
We're
They're
keeping the
gonna do
status
nothing.
quo.
They're going to talk tough. And
Talk tough.
yeah, and they'll say, oh, we still got work to do about inflation, but they're not going to do anything.
Okay. Well, as long as we're all getting together down there in D.C. to say we're not doing
In my
anything.
humble opinion.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
They're going to have their pizza and go home.
The meeting's today and tomorrow.
It's going to take 2 days to say
2
we're doing
days
nothing?
to say that?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
It's a 2-day meeting, yeah.
Well, you got to have them, I guess. And,
guess, huh?
that's the way it works. Okay. Now, I wanted to ask Ed this question. WWE
Yeah.
stock.
Yeah.
Have you seen any fluctuation in their price? And I asked this because of what took place last week with Vince McMahon stepping down. They merged, WWE
They
merged
merged with
with
somebody else.
UFC
Yeah.
to form another company called
Yes.
TKO,
Right.
something, of which Vince was at the president or something of that organization. We stepped down last week. A very bad lawsuit came out against him with terribly bad allegations against him and what he done like about 4 or 5 years ago. And so he stepped down saying so he could fight this in court and didn't want distractions and blah, 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 blah. So, it's the first time in like 60 years that a McMahon has not been in charge of
Really?
of World Wrestling Federation and entertainment. Yeah. Going back to, well, his kids are not involved in it. They used to be, but they've gone on to do other things. And there was him, and then there was his father ran it
Yeah.
way back in the 70s, 60s, and back then. So McMahon has always had their hand in it, but now, not technically they don't have their hand in it, but the guy running it now is his son-in-law. So he can pick up the phone real quick and say, "Oh, Dad, what should we do in this situation?" But did it affect the stock?
I don't
in
even
any
know
way?
the stock symbol
Symbol.
for the new company.
Okay, it's probably TKO something, but I don't know what it is.
I have no idea.
Okay,
Not something I follow.
not a biggie for you.
No.
Okay. In Massachusetts news yesterday, the Mass Lottery was very excited to announce they had 2 $1 million scratch ticket winners.
Wow.
One from Mansfield.
Is it you?
It was not me. I don't normally buy scratch tickets.
Wow.
The only time I scratch you get scratch tickets is if it's a gift and or you want it somewhere. So but I don't say, I got to get to the store and get my scratch ticket for this week. But some people do. And so a man won it, and I don't even know him. But in Mansfield, won $1 million on the scratch ticket, and a man in Sheffield, Massachusetts, which I hear is somewhere out west, in Western Mass. Just not sure where it is, and on the same scratch ticket,
Really?
won $1 million.
Wow.
So how about that? So
Wow.
it is possible.
They're going to discontinue that game quick.
Well, there's no reason to buy that ticket anymore. $1 million are gone.
Right, it's gone, right.
So
right.
you're right; they will discontinue. Send them all back. I mean, I guess you could still win $500, but the $1 million prize. Well, I don't know
I
how
didn't
many
even
$1 million
know there was
prizes.
$1 million prize on any of those scratch tickets.
Well, it's the ones that you don't buy them for $1 or for $2. It's one of those you have to buy, spend like 10 or maybe even 20
that's perhaps why I don't know
on
about
those.
them.
The more the ticket costs, the better the prize.
Well,
that's
that
how
makes
that works.
sense. Sure.
So,
sure.
But he bought it at he said at a 7-Eleven. I'm like, I don't think we have a 7-Eleven in town, but there used to be a 7-Eleven. It's called something else
Wow,
now.
that's
But
something.
amazing, huh?
See, I think they make great stocking stuffers.
They
Scratch
do.
tickets
Mhm.
are,
And people love to have them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're like, all right,
Yeah.
until you scratch them off and
Yeah.
you've won nothing.
But I don't get $10.
No,
scratch
every
tickets.
usually gets a
no. The
$2
$1. Oh, two.
$2
I
one.
might splurge sometimes and do the $2.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But even if you do get the $2 tickets and you win $10, I'm happy with that.
Sure.
That's like a
Why not?
big prize.
It's a great return on investment.
Isn't it?
yes, it is. So, so that was
Wow.
nice that took place.
Well, good for whoever.
Yeah. So we don't have all the details, but URI has decided we need to change how graduation works.
Graduation works, yeah.
So they're going to have graduation weekend, basically, is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So they just say it's going to be divided into a 3-day event, and it will provide a more inclusive experience for graduates, their families, and anyone who attends.
Well, most universities do that.
Oh, they have a graduation weekend?
weekend.
Oh, so they're jumping in late here?
They graduate by the college, by the major.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So
I know that, but-
biology's on Saturday and let's do all the sciences.
Or you
let's
might do
say.
2 in one day. I know, like when Lily graduated from UMass Amherst, it was, she was whatever their major is,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's the College of Nursing, the College of Engineering, and the same thing at UConn, where my grandson graduated.
Oh, okay.
So usually, because it's a very long graduation.
Yeah, it's a long procession. Here, come up.
And I don't think they get the same personal attention or.
Yeah.
I think when they use this, they have one big day where they just sit there if they want to, and nobody goes.
Yeah.
And they can just listen to all the speeches. But then the actual walk across the stage and
Yeah.
get your diploma, it's by the college.
Okay.
By the college. So I know there's a big hoopla about it, but that's what I've been used to going to.
Well, that's because it's new here
yeah,
in Rhode Island.
it's new. Yeah, it's new in Rhode Island. But the 2 experiences I had with my grandkids.
You like it better like that?
Well, it was nice because
Yeah.
you actually saw your kid, and they, it's still a good sized class, but,
Yeah.
and they have them up on the screen, but you're there and you hear their name.
Yep.
They walk
You can
across the
actually see
stage.
them,
You
okay.
could see them. You could take a picture.
They could get their diploma.
And and I think if you did the whole university, it
Yeah.
would be like, where are they?
Right.
You wouldn't even find them in the audience, because they've all got the things on.
Well, I'm thinking one of the days must be for people that are getting their master's degrees or
Well, yeah,
or
and,
even
and
higher.
that too.
You get your own day as opposed to.
That's usually what they do, but
I just
so-
remember my graduation.
So I don't think it's unusual.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's unusual.
But it's making headlines in Rhode Island. 'cause
Well, I know it is
we're
because
doing it
it's
for the first time.
change.
It's change. Yeah.
It's change.
When I graduated, got my bachelor's degree from Rick, the people that got the master's, they just sat in front of us.
Sure. Yeah.
So and then there was a little space,
Right.
and then there were the rest of us. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it works out.
Well, there's pros and cons, but
Yeah.
I found it to be a very good experience doing it that way
This
by
way,
the
it's splitting it
College
up.
of Nursing, College of Engineering, College of
Yeah. I just
all-
wonder how the
all of it.
commencement speakers feel about it. Does that mean the same person has to give the commencement speech 3 times?
No, usually what they did at UMass Amherst, I thought it was really neat that they had all the, they had all the doctorates up there, all the professors, but it was the professor of that, the dean of that particular college
All right.
specialty
Mm-hmm.
that gave the speech, and it was kind of nice because it was personal.
Okay.
And it was directed towards all the students they had been working with through the years. I liked it.
Okay. But what about the schools that have like a big name, like a Tom Hanks shows up to give the speech?
Well, right.
To
well,
all
that
the
would
undergrads.
be, when they would do that, that would be at the big one
Okay.
when everybody can go sit in the.
If you want to go.
Not many, if you want to go. Not many of the kids. It was my experience. What I saw that not many of them went to the big one
Yeah.
where they had the big.
The big
speech,
name.
The big speech. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Well, hopefully it works out well down there for URI. Okay. We're going to take our first break here on the Coffee and program. More coming your way. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240. But it's time, Ed Carew, for a second message from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. And if you're looking for an investment firm that puts you first and works hard on your behalf, I'd like you to consider us. We're right here in Woonsocket, and we've been in business since 1987. So you don't have to go out of town for an experienced advisor or work with an advisor based in Boston or New York or who knows where, probably someone you're never going to meet. And we encourage our clients to come to the office and sit down with us as often as they like. Why? Because we like to do business the old-fashioned way. We want to get to know you on a more personal basis so that we're more attuned to your financial needs. So if you're interested in speaking with us for a free, no-obligation consultation and find out more about how we'll invest your money, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Very good, Ed. And more of the Coffee and program is coming your way. And we ask you to please stick around.
Whether you own a restaurant or an auto repair shop, you need as many customers as you can get. Every business does. Don't limit yourself to one newspaper. Get the power of 2 daily newspapers for the price of 1. The Blackstone Valley's Call and Times deliver customers from all over the valley with just one phone call. Phone 767-8500 for twice the effectiveness over twice the area. The Call and the Times.
Hi, this is Gary Smith. Join me for Do You Remember, Tuesday through Friday mornings at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
Hello, this is Manny Brando. I hope you will listen to us each Sunday morning at 8:30. I will sing your favorite songs, and my wife Virginia will organize everything.
That's right, Manny. It's the Manny and Virginia Show every Sunday morning at 8:30 on ON, AM, and FM radio.
It is Coffee and here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. And all right, Linda, being the former town administrator of North Smithfield, we're going to put your administrator/mayor hat on. All right, let's pretend you're the mayor of East Providence. And right now, yeah, I know. But right now, the president of the East Providence City Council wants the governor, Dan McKee, to declare a state of emergency because of the Washington Bridge situation. Now, if you were the mayor of East Providence and being when you were town administrator of North Smithfield at one time, is this an emergency situation that should be declared by the governor?
I think it is.
Okay.
I
all right.
think it is. It's, even just watching that traffic pattern for those people trying to get to their jobs and whatever, and it's terrible. And there's no end in sight, and now it looks like it could even be worse. And even, for the residents of, it's got to be awful. I know somebody that recently said, they took a job up in this neck of the woods and was looking forward to it, and called back to say, I'm not going to do that.
Because of the Washington Bridge?
Because of that, yeah.
Just getting back and forth.
Just getting back and forth. And even like the businesses that are losing money,
Yeah.
all of the above. I mean, I'm sure even though they've made, they let the emergency vehicles go across, it still has to impact that as well.
Well, it does, and that's part of the reason they want an emergency declared.
Yeah.
They're just saying that East Providence has been impacted the most, obviously.
Well, they
police,
have.
Police and fire departments
Yeah.
are stretched to the limit. This city council president wants the National Guard to come in and help with traffic control. And, of course, he wants the city to be reimbursed for all expenses related to this crisis.
Well, that's the other thing, too. And I know that they were going after the monies from the state for the extra police. And those guys are really tired. They're tired because they're working so many overtime shifts. It is an emergency for those people there.
Okay.
I really, and I say, thank God I don't live in that part of the state.
No,
because
we're all
it's got-
saying that.
Well, no, it's got to be awful.
It is,
It
and
has to be an
and you
awful.
don't see an end in sight. Now they're saying maybe the
Well,
fall
now, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
before
they've
they
gotta-
even decide.
But I'm not even sure, and say the National Guard help with traffic control.
I don't know what they're
How
going to do.
how are they going to?
Make it better.
How do you make it better?
Yeah.
I know that they've closed off some streets now in East Providence so that
yeah.
the local people don't have to put up with everybody cutting through. But no, it's define emergency. It's not a blizzard or a flood or a tornado, but it's really impacting the life of those folks there, and I don't blame them for trying to do whatever they can, get the feds involved and for monies.
I don't know if you heard, but the governor did put Joseph Allman
Joseph Allman,
in charge of coordinating
Yeah.
everything between the Department of Transportation
Yeah.
and what they're doing down there, and he'll oversee whether or not the bridge needs to be repaired or if
Yeah.
it should just be replaced,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
we just
it's a
replace the whole
terrible
thing.
situation. I think, they're investigating, and, I wondered, when they closed it down, absolutely they had to, because what's the alternative? People are going to crash into the river. But, that doesn't happen overnight.
Oh, I know.
You know,
It's-
when did it start deteriorating?
And who missed this?
That and you know that young engineer that was say, hey, that, don't put your finger in the dike anymore. There's something wrong, and he had the courage to speak up.
Yeah.
But no, I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
All right.
For,
I don't know if the governor will do this.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know if he's
and
leaning
you
that
know,
way.
I think what they're doing is trying to cover all the bases because it's going to be costing tons of money. And when you say it's a state of emergency, then funds are more available to you
Right.
when there's a state of emergency declared.
All right. Ed,
Yes.
we have to wish a happy early birthday to Linda.
Oh, really?
It's her birthday on Friday.
Yeah.
Well,
And
happy
this
birthday.
and it also comes in from the Senior Fancy Follies dancers.
No, they did.
Oh, yes, they did. Would I make that? Could I make that up? I don't think so.
You can't even
Oh,
pronounce it.
I hope I said it in the right order.
Yeah.
So
The
great.
big 8-0.
Wow.
The big 8-0 on
Well,
Friday.
happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday. That's
Groundhog
have,
Day.
Have some ice cream.
I will. I already told Tebow, I said, I've got to, we've got to pick and choose because cousins are taking me out for this.
Are they?
I might not be able to fit into my Fancy Follies costumes by the end of this week.
We'll get out the just get out the Ben and Jerry's cart and don't get out the whole half gallon, which isn't
Just
even a
a
half
nut.
gallon, by the way. That's
No,
another
get
story.
Yeah,
just
right,
the little,
right,
I'll
right.
go with the little ones.
There you
yeah,
go.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Get the. Get
Thank you, Fancy
and
Follies.
and what's your favorite ice cream?
Well, I like
you had to
them all.
choose,
You know what
I
I
like
like?
'em
I
all.
like. No, I do. I'll try all of them, but
Yeah.
I do like things with caramel in them,
Okay.
and I do like black raspberry too.
Oh, do
that's
ya?
that's a. Yeah, that's
All right,
really
all right.
good. But I try the different flavors. That's
Yeah.
why I think it's nice to have the little ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Linda
So-
says, I never met an ice cream I didn't like.
Screw it.
I'm kind of like that. I know sometimes people try to squeak in mint into these things.
Yeah,
and
I'm
like,
not.
nah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not too
not
crazy
a
about
big fan
the
of the
mint.
minty things in my in my ice cream.
In my ice cream.
In my
Yeah.
ice cream. No.
All right. So Ed, this not that it affects you, but it's just it's going on and on. And we're going to our 8th day now at Newton in Newton, Massachusetts, where the teachers are on strike,
Yes.
and
yeah.
and it's all. It's all cute and fun and games for about 3 days, and then the parents start. All right, all right, enough of this, and they're still far apart. The union and the administration, it's all over money. They want more, and they just. But now they're not only are they getting fined by the judge because it's illegal to be
It's illegal to be on strike there,
Teachers
right,
cannot
yeah.
strike in Massachusetts, and now there's lawsuits from the parents. The parents are always usually behind the teachers
Yes. Yes.
for the first 3 to 4 days.
Sure.
All right, now we're going to 2 weeks, and now the problem is daycare for their kids.
Sure.
I mean, how many times can you go and tell the boss? Well, the students are on strike. Not the students, the teachers are on strike. I got nowhere for my kid to go. Well, the boss is going to be okay for a few days.
Yeah.
Now that we're into our 2nd week,
Yeah.
the boss is going to say, "Find something."
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And,
they count on them
that's
to do
right.
their job.
If your child's in a high school, it's not a big deal. But if you just have a 2nd grader, you can't leave the 2nd grader home alone
No.
for 6 to 8 hours on their own. Here's a box of cereal.
Yeah.
Don't set the house on
No,
fire.
right.
Bye. You can't do that.
Do
So
yeah. DCYF would be after you if you.
yes, and Ed, I don't know if you're following this story in Mass because it's a Massachusetts story, but I don't see this thing coming to an end anytime soon.
I don't know. I mean, I'm following it because I hear it on the
It's
news.
on the news, yeah, all the
but
time.
I'm not certainly not getting involved with it.
Yeah.
It just seems like there's more strikes over the past 6 months to a year than there has been over the last 10 years.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, pilots, airlines, General
Screenwriters,
Motors,
actors.
United Air Auto Workers,
Yeah.
UPS, FedEx. Everybody's either striking or
Yeah.
threatening to
Threatening to
strike.
strike, yeah.
Yeah.
They did reach an agreement. The teachers and the administration. They reached an agreement on a parental leave plan. Now they don't say what it is. I guess they want more days. and they got it. Okay, that part's easy, but the cost of living raises. That's where things are an issue. And I don't know. I guess they're negotiating with the school committee, and the school committee says we've only got X amount of money.
Yeah.
I don't know how you think you're going to get, how we can give you more when the city's not giving us more. I don't know where you think we're going to get the money from.
Yeah.
But I'm not part of these negotiations, so I don't know how these things go.
Yeah.
Well, you know that the only place they can get more money is from the
Got
taxpayers.
to raise the taxes, yeah.
Well, that's
Or cut expenditures. So what do we cut? Can we cut?
What are you gonna? Yeah, what are you gonna do? Cut the desk in half?
I don't know.
You know.
How about no trash pickup? How's that? How's that work?
Ooh, that might go over like a lead balloon.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
there
You know? Right.
Well,
Well,
you've been in situations like that.
Well,
Linda,
yeah,
and,
you know.
what
yeah,
do we
well,
cut? We can't cut
You know what it
anything.
is in North Smithfield. The biggest part of our budget is for schools.
Yeah.
I want to say
Yeah.
it's like 80%.
Yeah, most places
Most
it's that way.
places it is.
Yeah.
So you know, it is. You know, but you have to look at everything. That's the thing. And I'm all about education. I really, you know, it's
Big.
important.
Yeah.
It's important. It's important. But there are other things too
That are
that you have
important.
to consider. Public safety,
Mhm.
fire,
Police,
you know,
fire, yeah,
police,
EMS.
fire, EMS,
Mhm.
you know, all these other things, and now what? Well, I'm going off topic here, but like now I'm working on getting us a senior center in North Smithfield, and what I've been doing research and looking at you know the population and the senior population in North Smithfield from 2010 to 2020 grew at four times higher than the general population.
Wow.
And I got another fact for you. I'll dazzle
Mm-hmm.
you with facts today. The, the U.S. Census by the year 2030,
All right.
1 in 5 Americans will be over the age of 65
In the U.S.,
in the U.S.
all those
So-
baby boomers.
So the baby boomers, so money is going to have to be allocated to
Yes.
that as well, you know, especially if the other population is decreasing. So, yeah. So you have to think of it all. The
Yeah.
long and the short, that tax dollar needs to be spread amongst
Everything. Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
It's tough to find that balance.
Well, it is because nobody wants to raise. You know, I pay taxes. We all do.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that to get raised.
Hey, do you want to pay more?
No, I really don't. No, I really don't. But some things you need.
Yeah.
You know, and we've always, like a lot of the small communities, really spend a lot of money on education. And as we should. We should. We need to spend money on the kids. We do.
Well, we'll see where things go there in Newton.
Well, Newton's not a poor town.
No,
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
After they're done paying these fines, it might be a poor town.
Well, that's
After
true.
this, it's
Yeah.
it's like $50,000 a day.
Well,
Or
that's
stuff.
not the town.
The-
That's the
That's
teachers
the
union.
teachers.
Teachers, yeah,
That's
right.
not the town. Yeah.
Well, you're right.
That-
Okay.
Yeah.
I doubt that the teachers union are going to pay anything.
No.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Yeah.
it's so much that we're not paying, kind of thing.
They're
So-
going to just, you know, say, oh, they settled. Okay, well, we're going to forgive all
Yeah.
those.
Right, all
Oh,
those
yeah.
fines.
Yeah. Well, good luck to them because
Yeah, really.
good luck to the parents and the kids.
And I saw the kids out there, you know, especially always at the beginning too. They're we support our teachers, we love
Yeah.
our teachers, and
Yeah.
they should get what they're asking
Yeah.
for. But that support wanes quickly when they
Yeah.
what happens when the kids find out how far into June they're going to go to school?
Right, exactly. And you know, I've never been a big fan of professionals going on strike. Anyways,
Yeah,
I you
that's
know,
because you're on the other side.
huh?
You're-
Yeah,
you're management.
yeah. No, I've been. Well, you're right. Yeah, right. But I don't know. Was Jane ever in a union?
Yeah.
She had to be, huh?
And Tufts went on strike. I don't know. She's been retired for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Just before it was, when they ended their strike, they offered a package and she took it. You know.
Yeah.
Um, But she was never for a strike.
No, I you know. Yeah, I was management, but I was also a nurse and
A nurse and
a
in the
nurse.
union.
I'm a
Mhm.
nurse first and management second. That you know, people need you. you know, the teachers.
They're needed,
We
you're right.
need you. We need you. You know, the kids need you. You know, so. But that's just.
It's
me.
12,000 students are affected. They're
Yeah,
in Newton.
That's
yeah.
what I mean.
And it's
Yeah.
all, what do we do for childcare? So it's $50,000 a day. All right. We're going to take a break down the Coffee and program. Got to give you the weather forecast right now, being brought to you by unbound.org.
Mostly cloudy skies today with a high of 29 and a breeze from the north. Tonight, cloudy skies, overnight low of 20. Wednesday, sunshine and 38. Thursday, mostly cloudy skies with a high of 42. Friday, partly sunny, 39. Saturday, sunshine and 35. Sunday, sunshine and 35 again. And on Monday, sunshine and 35 yet again.
Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street, where we have cloudy skies and 32 degrees. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change their world, and it will change your own at unbound.org.
Hi again, everyone. This is Dave Richards here, and as I'm walking up to the second floor showroom at the all-new family discount furniture store known as Coletta's Furniture at 598 Wood Avenue, Brad Coletta is with me here.
So Dave, what we have here is we have a lot more space at this location. This is actually an Ashley Power sectional with an iHome system in it.
It's got like a tablet in it that controls everything.
Correct, yeah. So all the controls for the power head, power neck, power lumbar, power feet, zero gravity, reclining sectional runs off of that tablet. It also is a wireless charger.
It's got speakers, Bluetooth. It's got phone charging in 2 different ways.
Yeah, wireless charging plug-in. This has got the USB charging ports. So
It's even got 110 volts in it.
yeah, sure. It's got a lot of stuff going on. But now at the new location, we are able to display and bring stuff like them. And this is just one example of something that is new that people haven't seen yet.
Plus at a price you can't get anywhere else. At the family discount furniture store known as Coletta's Furniture here at 598 Wood Avenue in Woonsocket.
Our family caring for your family. The Holiday Retirement Home is a skilled nursing and rehabilitation facility with a home-like atmosphere where laughter is the best medicine. The Holiday keeps their patients and residents involved in varied activities and events so they have the opportunity to live life to the fullest. The Holiday Retirement Home has their own in-house physical, occupational, and speech therapy staff with more than 300 years of combined experience. Stop in for a tour. The Holiday is right off Route 99 on Sales Hill Road in Manville, and for more information you can visit their website at holidayretirement.com.
Hello, this is Manny Brando. I hope you will listen to Oz each Sunday morning at 8:30. I will sing your favorite songs, and my wife Virginia will organize everything.
That's right, Manny. It's the Manny and Virginia Show every Sunday morning at 8:30 on ON, AM, and FM radio.
It is Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. And we had a note that was called in, and now I got to try to find it. And you can call them in as well, 766-1240. So you think you need to be rich to attend the Super Bowl? Yes, you do. You need, quote, money to burn. Tickets at the Super Bowl. I don't know if these prices are actually correct, but let's go with it for right now. Tickets at the Super Bowl range from $6,300. That's in the lousy seats. Way up, nosebleed up at the top.
It's the ones outside of the stadium.
They're outside the stadium, yeah.
And they have a big
To
TV there.
down to $28,000 per seat, which are your better seats down by the 50-yard line. And don't forget, you're in Vegas, of course, the gambling capital of the world. And then you get your travel, your food, your hotels. Say $50,000 plus, and all just for one 3-hour game. And I was actually thinking about this yesterday. Imagine if you called a travel agent, let's say, or you went online and said, "Gee, I want to go to Vegas." Imagine trying to find a hotel room
Yeah, right.
in Vegas for a Super Bowl weekend, that weekend of the 11th, and everyone would just be laughing.
Yeah, they would.
I don't think so.
Think again.
Pick another weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. And there's other things going on. You don't know if there's any other. There might be some convention going on. There's a hockey team that plays in Vegas, the Golden Knights. I don't know what their schedule is. I don't know if they're in town for that weekend. Maybe they should be out of town for that. But the money that's going to flow into Vegas
Can you imagine?
is outstanding. It's just
I know.
It's staggering, really.
It's not, what do they call it? The Super Bowl experience.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just watch the game, it's the whole experience. That's why it's so costly. And
yeah.
the big question is, will Taylor be there? Will she get there on time?
You know what's going on with Taylor? And
No, I don't.
all right, just to fill you in.
Yeah, just as long as I see her sitting up there,
during a
jumping
game,
up and down.
that when
Yeah,
Kelsey
yeah,
makes a
I'm
touchdown.
happy with that.
The problem is she has a concert on the Saturday before the Super Bowl
Yeah.
in Japan.
Ah.
So they gotta try. They're figuring out between the international
Yeah,
dateline
just the international
and
dateline.
leaving. It's a 10.5 hour flight. I heard that from Japan to Vegas, and so getting there and would she arrive on time, and blah blah blah. So I still don't know if it's been figured out yet.
It had, somebody did the math.
They
and
did, okay.
They said she's going to make it.
She can do it.
She can do it. And like I went to Japan, but she's not going to be flying on the same plane that I was flying on when I went to
no.
Japan.
The,
And they can whisk her away. They
That private
had it
jet.
down to that. This is when it finishes at 10. If she gets on the plane at 11, and
11 p.m.
p.m.
Japan
after
time?
Japan time, and flies, she should
Immediately.
get to Las Vegas.
Why?
She should be there the night before on
Okay.
a Saturday, and so she could have a good night's
So
sleep.
she has 2 Saturdays.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well, all right.
Some mathematician
figured it out,
did
that it can be
yeah,
done.
and she can.
But that's
yeah.
if she gets on the plane at the right time.
At the right time,
and leaves
right.
immediately.
But do you think that's going to be an issue for her?
It
I-
shouldn't?
I
she should
consider-
have her own plane.
Well, I'm sure she does.
does.
She does.
Yeah, okay.
She does, and they can get her there. I'm sure.
All
I'm
right.
sure. Because they're Japan. The people are very, very polite
Mm-hmm.
and very.
Respectful.
When I was there, when I was there, they just couldn't do enough.
Yeah.
To make you happy and
Oh, okay.
to do what you needed to do.
But she's also going to put on a decent show for
Well,
her
yeah.
fans in Japan.
Yeah,
you
she will.
can't.
She will.
You can't.
Yeah, she will.
Cut corners
Yeah.
there.
I don't think she will. She's a performer.
Right. Okay. And
She'll be there for her man,
of course
to support her man.
And
I think they're cute together.
it's not often I feel bad for her, but and I did after the game because I saw a video of her leaving Baltimore, the stadium
yeah.
right there, and people obviously they're Baltimore Ravens fans and they're upset that their team has lost, and I got it. They should have won, but anyway, they're yelling at Taylor like it's her fault. And they're yelling at her, it's your fault. Or,
Really?
Not it's your fault. No, you're ruining football. Like she is.
Oh.
I'm like, she's ruining football? And she actually said something back to someone.
Yeah.
She goes, I haven't done anything. I'm attending a football game.
Yeah.
What have I done
Yeah.
incorrectly? Sorry about that.
No, she's a fan.
she's just being a fan.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry she's dating a star football player.
Yeah.
But she is.
Yeah.
And she's not on the field, which is good.
No.
I'm glad she's not on the field, and she's not interfering with play at all.
No.
They just show her when Travis catches a touchdown.
Yeah.
Let's see her being all happy, and she's doing exactly what a fan does
Sure.
if you're a fan of that team.
Yeah.
Jumping up and down, yelling and cheering.
Yeah. Especially if you have somebody on the team. I mean, I remember going to it's not even the same, but going to the Little League games or the hockey teams and all of this, and your kid, when my son
Cheering for your kid.
scored a goal, I'm going,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
But
This is a little bigger than that.
yeah, but to yell at her that she's ruining football,
Yeah, I don't think she's
only with her presence is
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
I think is wrong. Do you think
I
it's wrong,
think
Ed?
quite
Yeah, I do.
honestly,
Yeah.
just the opposite. I think she's bringing attention to football, and she's bringing a lot of young, maybe women, young
Yeah, she
girls
is.
that might have.
And the NFL loves that idea.
Of course, ticket sales, right?
And I think I said to my daughter, I said, I wonder if someone at the NFL, said, this is before I knew she had a concert in Japan, what would it cost the NFL to get, if Taylor's going to be there anyway, to come down at halftime, sing one song with Usher. Usher's the halftime
Yeah.
performer. What would that cost to get you out of your suite, come down, only sing one?
Yeah.
whatever. I don't even know what her hit
Yeah,
is, but
yeah.
have her come down, sing one, and go back to your suite. And because the TV would love it, the crowd there, well, they may or may not love it,
yeah,
but.
right. You get 50% will love it and 50% won't.
Yeah,
Right,
but
exactly, yeah.
but to get CBS to show it, the NFL would love that.
I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah, that,
But could she make it? Did she have time to? You got to rehearse whatever song you're gonna sing.
yeah,
Or she could lip sync it. Who cares?
yeah,
Just stand there
yeah.
and be Taylor.
B. Taylor, yeah.
All right, moving on from Taylor Swift.
Anyways, yep.
I heard about this story last week, and something didn't click in my mind until this story came out today. I went, oh yeah. You may have heard about this, Ed. It was up in Winthrop, Massachusetts, where a 2-year-old child died, and now because it went into cardiac arrest. Not too often 2-year-olds go into cardiac arrest, Linda. But now there's an investigation because when you call 911, you expect the ambulance to come. And they're saying one wasn't immediately available. The child was rushed to the hospital in a fire department SUV because that's all they had
Whoa.
available. And now they're looking into this, the Department of Public Health, investigating why no ambulance was available. Girl died about an hour and a half after her mother called 911. Town officials are defending the ambulance company, saying the problem involves mutual aid and is a regional issue. So they could have been in another town
Yeah.
at the time. But it's just it's a bad set of circumstances,
Yeah.
and it's very sad
Wow.
when this happens. And well, kudos to the fire department that did show up and said, we just got to go. We can't wait.
Now, see, I did hear that story, but then
Yeah.
that he went she went in a SUV, but I didn't get the rest of it. That it's because
Yeah, I didn't hear that part.
because rescue wasn't there.
Hmm.
That's terrible.
And if you're in the SUV, there's no medical equipment.
Well, no, but but they probably were doing CPR.
Okay.
I'm sure because they're trained
Mm-hmm.
to do that. But no, I didn't know the rest of the story. That's terrible.
Yeah, and that's sad that took place. So,
But
yeah.
many small communities, North Smithfield, Woonsocket, Blackstone, have mutual aid.
Yep.
They do, but that's really terrible.
We I don't know if you heard yesterday. We had the Secretary of State on here
Oh,
from Rhode
we
Island,
had Greg on.
Greg Amore, and we asked him specifically in Rhode Island, will Donald Trump be on the ballot? And he said it's already been
I thought
tried and thrown out in Rhode Island.
oh, really?
They tried whatever group it is tried to keep him off the ballot in Rhode Island, and the judge threw it out. So he will be. His name will be on there. And even the Secretary of State, he says it's not up to me
No.
to make this kind of personal decision.
No.
So yes, it will be.
Yeah.
His name will be on the ballot. But now up in Mass though, Ed, there's still a petition to remove him from the ballot in Massachusetts. I don't know where this is going to go. But the petition to remove him has been denied. So this is good. The state Supreme Judicial Court, a justice on that board, Frank Gaziano, did not say why the former president should or should not be disqualified. The issue should be only addressed if Trump becomes the Republican nominee for president. Okay. But they're just trying to remove him in all the states. So
They'll just write them in anyways.
that's a possibility too. Yeah. I
Really?
mean, all right. Right now, though, Linda's got to go.
Gotta go.
She has to get to the senior center. What's going on at the senior center?
Well, I have my Rhode Island College senior nursing student that'll be waiting there for me. Plus, Steve and Marie have their breakfast club going, blueberry pancakes.
Oh, let's go, Ed.
And then, yeah,
We all
Fine,
gotta
we all
go.
going.
we all gonna go. We're like, goodbye now. Put it on, self-play or get one of those robots in or something. So that's going on. Plus, there's an exercise class. There's lots going on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
So you need to be there to
Well,
introduce
yeah.
the student. Or the student.
Well,
the
that,
student
yeah, 'cause
nurse.
I-
It's
yeah.
a male nurse, huh?
I have a male nurse
Wow.
with me. This is the first one.
Yeah.
A student that I've had. We had one before, but they were in daycare. So
Oh,
this
okay.
one's going to hang around with me for a while. So we'll decide what we're going to have him experience today, and try to make it a good good situation learning about community nursing and wellness nursing. So
Tell the women down there to behave themselves.
absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, no pancakes for him.
No pancakes
Oh,
for you.
no
yeah?
pancakes. Well, he can have pancakes with me this morning too. So.
No ice cream on the pancakes.
No.
That's not a
no,
good
I
combo.
save that for the birthday.
All right, there you go. Well, happy birthday to you, Linda.
Wait,
Buffalo.
thank you, and thank you for my fancy folly.
All right, that was very nice of them to call in. All right, more coffee ads coming your way. Please stay tuned.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
It's party time. Time for the Northern Rhode Island Council of the Arts 29th Annual Mardi Gras. Running for 2024 Mardi Gras Queen are Lauren Fagnet, Jean Michon, and Denise Salasis. Get your tickets today for the Queen Coronation on Sunday, February 4th at the Italian Workingmen's Club and the Mardi Gras Ball on Saturday, February 10th at the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center. Don't wait. Tickets will sell out. Call 401-486-9380 or visit nrica.org.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
All right, it is Coffee and on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew. Linda Tebow had to go. There's something disturbing going on down in Washington, D.C.
No.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the politicians. There's a list is growing of people who are being robbed on the streets because of the coat they're wearing. Now, it's cold down there in Washington, D.C. as well as it is up here. But police say a man was beaten by 3 other men until the first man was unconscious Sunday afternoon, and the trio then took his coat off. He was wearing a black Canada Goose jacket, and then the 3 guys took off. Now, this coat sells in stores for $1,500.
Wow.
It better keep you warm
Really?
at $1,500. But it's an expensive coat. And there's been a number of attacks and holdups in the Washington, D.C. area of people wearing expensive winter coats. And other people want them. I'm going to assume to stay warm, but you never know. But
Probably to resell them.
or you could resell them at a decent, you if you steal it, you can sell it for $1,000 and make a pretty nifty profit right there. So, so you just you just never know. I mean, it was what 10, 20 years ago. Kids were beating up other kids to steal their sneakers. Remember the Air Jordans were the big thing. They had just come
remember
out,
that.
and they were expensive. they were like over $100 a pair.
Uh-huh.
And boy, so if you had some, you were a target, and you couldn't miss them. The big Air Jordan was written all over them. So yeah, kids were stealing your sneakers back then. So things haven't changed. It's just the item has changed, and it's like, okay. Explorers have said they have discovered Amelia Earhart's plane.
Yeah, I read that.
A pilot and explorer says they found Amelia Earhart's long-lost plane. CEO of Deep Sea Vision, Tony Romeo sold commercial real estate to fund his deep-sea exploration of the Pacific Ocean last year. The former U.S. Air Force intelligence officer used sonar technology to inspect the ocean floor in the area Earhart is suspected to have crashed in 1937. His team reviewed the data in December and say they found a shocking discovery, a blurry, plane-like shape. Romeo or Romeo, believes to be Earhart's. It was taken about halfway between Australia and Hawaii. Now, it doesn't say it here, Ed. I don't know if have you heard. Are there plans to go down and try to get it and lift it to the surface?
I haven't heard.
I just wonder if is it too far down?
Well, I heard that it is a very deep area of
Yeah.
the ocean. They would probably have to send a submersible down.
Well, yeah,
to,
you can't send somebody down there.
Well, no, it won't be a diver, but
Send on-
submersible to get a better look at it.
Okay, let's do that first.
Yeah, I
like
think-
like they did with the Titanic.
Yeah.
When they first found it. It's, okay, let's send stuff down with cameras and take incredible pictures of it when they found it. So, I wonder, back then, did they have markings on airplanes to tell you that this could be identified as her plane?
I would think so.
It's 1937.
Yeah.
It was kind of early in aviation history.
Still, I would think there was
I would hope
some
so.
kind of a marking.
Because that would be
Either
fascinating.
manufacturing,
Yep.
or something like that.
Something on
I
the
mean, it's
tail
not-
that they used
It's
to
not
have.
going to say JetBlue on it, but it could be some kind of a manufacturer or some code numbers or like.
If they could find that, that would really solidify it and just say it's definitely hers. So, and that would be great. So, but no word yet on when they might. They have to give up probably more money.
I'm sure that's a developing story, as they
It
say.
is, as they stay tuned for more information. But that'd be great if they actually could, if this mystery could be solved of where her plane actually went. All right. So, you never know where Dwayne Johnson's going to pop up.
Never.
These days.
No.
Do you know he finally got the name The Rock? Finally, he owns it now.
Yeah.
It used to belong to WWE, and somehow he got it from them. Did he pay them, or I don't know. But I read that over the weekend that it's now his, so he can use it any way he wants. So okay. Do you know he's part of that new spring football league?
Yes.
The USFL and the XFL merged, and now it's just the UFL
UFL.
that'll start up, and he's part of that.
Yeah.
He's very, very big in that. So anyway, just to keep him busy before that starts, he's the Grand Marshal of the Daytona 500 race,
Yeah.
which is coming up on February 19th. Every year they have a Grand Marshal, a big celeb that they have down there, because that's the person that gets to say, drivers, start your engines. And so he'll be the guy that says that this year. The race takes place on February 19th. And Dave and I were having some fun because there's a pre-race concert every year down there, and this year the performer is Pitbull. And we're like, I have no idea who he is.
Oh no.
I've heard the name. I think I may have seen him once. Is he a hip hop rap kind of guy?
Yeah, kinda.
All right.
More Latin hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some of his stuff. I'm not against him.
All right.
I'm not against this kind of music. I
But
thought it was good.
the question is, is that the NASCAR fans' choice of entertainment?
Well,
Will they be
maybe not,
accepting of
But this
him?
is in Florida.
You're right.
So there's a lot of Hispanic people in Florida.
Are they race fans though?
I don't know.
I always heard
But
it was
are
always,
race fans, just because you're a race fan, does that mean you can't like that kind of music?
no. I'm being very stereotypical
I guess you are.
here, and saying that your NASCAR fan is basically your country and Western fan, for the most part.
For the most part, but I think it's
I
expanded.
get maybe could have expanded. Okay. Now I've also heard it's very difficult to get tickets to the Daytona 500. Last I heard, you had to be on a waiting list for years before some became available. But okay. Well, maybe they'll like him. So we'll have to see.
They must think that he'll be a hit.
He'll be a hit, and that he'll draw a crowd of some sort, or he was
The
inexpensive.
crowd is going to be there. He doesn't have to draw a crowd.
Well, that's true. the 50,000, more than 100,000 go to these things.
Yeah.
Now you have the people in the stands. You got people in the infield that bring their trailers. All right, so that's what's going on. The Rock will say, "Drivers, start your engines. You ever been to a NASCAR race?
Yes.
Where?
Loudon.
Up in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And well, actually, the other one was in Thompson, Connecticut, which doesn't really qualify as being a NASCAR race, I guess. But I did go to Thompson. I've been to Seekonk, which
Okay.
again is not a NASCAR race.
They're just
but
smaller.
Loudon is.
Okay, so you've been up to New Hampshire. I remember reading in a book one time. It was like, remember there was the whole set of books that came out. You know, blah blah for dummies.
Yeah.
Okay, one was NASCAR racing
Okay.
for dummies.
For dummies.
And so I just picked up it and was just flipping through it, and I saw at the beginning, it was like a warning. It goes, if you're going to attend, they go, and it said, it goes, if you attend a NASCAR race, be forewarned, it's loud.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it said, let me repeat it. It's really loud. It is sternum rattling loud. Is it?
It's loud.
Is
yeah.
it? Okay. I said, I can see that when all those cars, like how many? I don't know. Was it 50? Maybe less.
Yeah, there's not that many.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when they all start up at the same time,
It might be 50 at the beginning, but they're
but certainly not at the end. But at the beginning when they all start.
yeah.
I can see that. It's got to be like jets. That
very
kind of
loud.
loud.
Yeah.
So okay. So when you were at Loudon. Do they have video projection so when the race is on the other side of the track, you can see what's going on?
I don't know. I haven't been in a while.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be at least 10 or 15 years since I've been.
Okay, but that's nothing you don't remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's see. Any other exciting things going on? Elon Musk, you're one of your favorites.
Elon.
Elon Musk says the first human to receive a Neuralink cybernetic brain implant is recovering. Now, Elon's not a doctor, so why is he saying this? Well, the company, founded by Musk, aims to eventually use that's the Neuralink company, aims to eventually use the implants to control electronic devices and allow people with paralysis to regain motor function. Musk hopes the implants could help people with diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The tech billionaire posted on X, that other company he owns, that the implant was put in a human for the first time on Sunday. Now, it doesn't say what that person was suffering from. Do you know, Ed?
No, I don't.
No? So, okay, well, I'd have to look into this more. I always worry about when things get implanted into the body, and what are they really doing? It goes back to remember the times I said I didn't want the thing on your windshield.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What was that thing
Easy
called?
Pass.
I didn't want the Easy Pass because the government's tracking you.
Right.
Well, they're implanting things in you.
Oh,
They're really tracking you.
Tracking you. All right.
And yes, I know. My cell phone is with me at all
Yes.
times, and
Yes.
that's tracking me. I get it. But this is it's a little concerning of what they're actually putting into you. If it works and helps people, great. But what else is it going to do?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's again a developing story. It just
It is.
happened. It's been a very secretive type of experiment. I've known about Neuralink for a couple of years now.
Okay.
But this is the first time that it's actually been
used?
Been used in a live person. Yeah.
I wonder how many forms the patient had to fill out saying, yes, I want to do this. Yes, I'm of my sound mind. Yes, I'm fully aware of what could happen. So
Maybe.
I
don't know.
I still want to be basically the guinea pig. Yes, I want to try it. So okay. An extremely valuable 18th century English painting is now home after its 1969 theft. The painting, that's called The Schoolmistress, was stolen from Dr. John Wood's Newark, New Jersey home a half a century ago. The FBI investigated the theft for years across New Jersey, Utah, and Florida, and believe it was originally stolen by mobsters who claimed that they were directed by the late lawmaker Anthony Imperiali down there in New Jersey. The FBI believes the painting moved between organized crime groups for decades before surfacing in 2020. Purchased by Wood during the Depression, it's now been returned to Wood's 96-year-old son.
Wow.
Wow. Doesn't say where they found it, though. Just that it was stolen from a house in New Jersey. And now it's back in Jersey.
Yeah.
But I wish they said where it was found. Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. nicer than that family got it back. I wonder how much it does it say? Just extremely valuable.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear a figure.
No, and yeah.
Probably hasn't been appraised in 50 years.
No, we haven't had a chance. If we would have done it every year if we had it, but since we don't have it, we can't do that. So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for the show for today. We thank you very much for listening in. As always, our thanks to Linda Tebow, who had to leave a little early today. Hey, head on down to the Senior Citizen Center there and on Social Street and get some pancakes. Blueberry pancakes, for that matter. All right, Ned Carew, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Have yourself a fantastic day. Gary Smith and the crew, Do You Remember, is coming your way at 9:30 on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. The City Council President of East Providence, Bob Rodericks, is asking Governor Dan McKee to declare a state of emergency over the Washington Bridge closure. He says that East Providence is impacted more than any other community in the state, noting that the police